Hello everybody, and welcome to our first roundup tea and a chat. Was that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Tea and a chat with Rosie and I. We thought we would do this every month and talk about what we've done that month and what's coming, because there's always so much that happens. And the only other time that we get to kind of do this is on sew-alongs. And Rosie's really busy finding a million links that I'm like,
typing away in the background.
And answering your questions, and I'm really busy trying to not screw up the sewing on the sew-along. So we thought this would just be a nice thing to do, just to have a bit of a chat and tell you about what's been happening here at Sew Over at HQ. So we're here in our office, and yeah, it's not like super, it's kind of tidy-ish, but we thought we didn't want to tidy it too much because we thought you guys should see how it actually is.
Yeah, this is real life.
Real life, exactly. And both, before we start, I should probably say both of us are wearing our patterns, of course. Rosie, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Lucy dress. You can't see I've got the maxi version on.
Nice, and I'm wearing the Libby, and I'm getting really annoyed because the facing keeps coming out. So if that happens, sorry, you'll all be watching for that now. Anyway, so we've made some notes. It's really official, this, you know, of things that we wanted to talk about. And as we were talking about it before we started filming, we realised there's quite a lot that we've been up to, but that's probably not a surprise for Sew Over It, since...
Yeah, that's normal life.
Normal life. We have quite a big high output of stuff here. So we thought we'd, like I said, we'll do this every month, but because we haven't yet done one, I wanted to start with a hard question for us both. What is our favourite pattern that we've brought out so far?
So far, like...
Not ever, no.
Goodness.
That's too
much.
No, so this year, so since January.
So I think my favourite one for this year is got to be the Martha dress.
Oh, damn you, Rosie, for choosing that, because now I can't choose that. Yes.
It's just such a kind of classic shape. You've got the gorgeous wrap, but also because it's not a full wrap, you know it's going to stay closed.
Yes,
and then
that's
it's
true.
got the skirt, which isn't too full, but it's still got a nice amount of swishiness to it. But I think it's just real classic. Yeah,
for me, it's kind of one of those. I feel like that was what our kind of you're always known for, is lovely dresses.
Yeah.
And that's the first kind of big dress that we did this year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like a big summer vintagey style dress.
Yeah, and we brought it out in May, is that right? It's all blurring.
Yes.
Which we generally, little hint, usually in May we bring out a really good dress, just so you know. Although next year typically we won't. But yeah, I think the past few years we had Marguerite.
Yeah.
And what was
we've had Penny was one of them.
Penny was in a May.
And Kitty as well, I think.
Kitty, yeah. All came out in May. Okay, so for me then, I think the thing I'm most proud of is the Dorothy jacket. Because I think, like, how it looks, I think that, and when you wear it in front of non-sewers, they are always like, you made that, or, you know, like, that's
impressive.
It's impressive, isn't it? And so, and it's, you know, it is a kind of meatier project, but I think it's just worth it because it just looks so good.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so this month we have had Esma.
Yes.
And how has Esma done, Rosie?
Esma's done very well. You seem to like her, which is great.
Yeah. So of course, whenever you guys seem to really like a pattern, we're like, why do you like it? What is it? So you could maybe tell us in the comments, but what do you think the reasons are?
I think it's a quick sew.
Yes.
But probably looks a little bit harder than it actually is.
Yes.
And it's the nice little details, like the little bit of gathering in the middle and the nice slanted pockets. I think they're nice details.
Nice. Also having the cuff.
Yes, having that little extra on the sleeve.
Yeah.
But also it's really practical to wear.
Yeah. And
so it's an everyday dress that you're going to just slip into your wardrobe.
Yeah, definitely. And it's easy to fit. And in the extended size range, it has a bust start, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So there's that little bit more shaping in it.
Yeah, so we have done that with quite a few of our patterns in our extended size range, which I was going to get onto this afterwards, but now I'm bringing it up because it's like we realised we did a little count up how many we have done in our extended size range, and we cannot quite believe how many we've now got.
Yeah, so including our Summer Dreaming ebook, which was the first ebook to do the full size range in, we've now got 42 patterns.
42.
From size 6 to size 30.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, we're really, really pleased. We're happy to be able to do it, and it's amazing that we've got that range now, I think.
Because when did we start doing it? Last year?
Yeah.
The start of last year? The start of last year, I think.
February.
Yeah,
Audrey was our first one.
That's right. And then we've obviously been going back through them. But yeah, I mean, that's incredible. So we're really pleased that we can do that. And obviously now all of our new patterns will always be in that extended size range. Going back to Esma though, we just giving you a little heads up about the next week we've got a little add-on to the Esma coming. Should we say or not say?
Maybe leave it as a little sneak.
Yeah, okay.
Secret.
Little secret. Keep your eyes out next week. A little add-on, something extra you can do with Esma. So yeah, the only thing that was frustrating for Esma, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about this because this is one of the banes of our lives, is when we're deciding on sample fabrics for patterns, obviously there's lots of things we're thinking about, but we want to make sure that sometimes it's really colourful or summery, and it's not always easy to find the right fabrics that have the right kind of stretch or whatever it is. And so we found that lovely turquoise artisan display.
Oh yeah, no, artisan display.
Artisan display, the turquoise one. You know, hopefully which one I'm talking about. And it basically, the supplier said to me, "Don't worry, Lisa, I've got lots of it." They do this, they say that. So I bought a reasonable chunk, but when you're a small company, you don't want to buy too much because you guys might not like that, and sometimes you get it wrong, and then you've got loads of a certain fabric. So I thought, it's okay. We'll buy some. We'll be fine. You guys loved it, and we sold out. I think the VIP club email sold out in like a day or two of that, and then I managed to get some more for the general. Sold out within a day or two, and now he's discontinued it. And this is what happens all the time with fabric. It's so frustrating. So if you see fabric on the Sew Over It site, you know, sometimes it will still be there, but sometimes it's not. So if you really like it, I always just say get it, because I can't promise that we'll be able to get it again. But one of the reasons this is so frustrating, so what we've decided is we are going to start to build up our own fabrics again, so which is very exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we used to have the Lisa Comfort cotton lawns, but we're just going to kind of just bring them out as Sew Over It fabrics really now. And the most popular one was Busy Blossom.
Yeah, the navy.
The navy and the black. Remember the boho black?
Yeah.
That sold out within a few months, and we had like hundreds of meters of it. So I am getting that done in viscose at the moment, so which is very exciting. Nice. And we never did it in viscose. So yeah, so Busy Blossom is coming back, guys, in the boho black and the navy for sure, in viscose. Don't ask me a time, because I'm now like, hopefully it will be in the next 2 to 3 months. We'll have definitely got it, but it's always a bit, you're again at the whim of somebody else's kind of schedule, so it's always quite tricky. But yeah, that's exciting. Going back to extended sizes, this is not going in the way.
No, it's not in the order we talked about.
We're jumping around. No, okay. So newest pattern.
Yeah. Newest extended sizes pattern is Penny. Sew Over It favourite. So yes, that's just come out very recently in the full size range from 6 to 30.
Amazing.
And we've got our fab Chantel on the cover now.
Yeah, she just looks so gorgeous. Yeah. So good in that, yeah. I think Chantel just looks, she's just got the most perfect figure for our patterns. She just looks great in lots of things. So yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna ask Rosie, because Rosie is our Stitch School Queen, and I'm gonna ask Rosie to tell us about what's been new on Stitch School this month.
Yeah, we've had quite a few things this month actually. We're ramping up our production so we can get some more stuff onto Stitch School. But this past month we've had 2 big masterclasses out on pattern drafting. So there's been Intro to Pattern Drafting, how to draft a perfect sleeve, which works really well with our first pattern drafting course, which was all about a bodice and a skirt. And in this one, Becca tells you about how to draft a sleeve, how to sort of tweak the fit of it. And then once you've got your perfect sleeve and your perfect bodice together, you can move on to our other class, which is about making a square necked top with lots of other little details. It's got kind of like
love that
sort of floaty sleeves, little tabs with a little tie on it, kind of nice kind of boxy floaty shape. Lovely. And we show you how to draft that completely from scratch from your own bodice blocks, which means it's really hopefully going to fit you perfectly first time.
Amazing.
And then for other stuff that we've had on Stitch School, we've had a few more tutorials. So for the Esma dress, we brought out a little tutorial to go with that, which is all about putting on that seam tape interfacing and sort of the uses of that, why it's really good. I think I didn't know about it before I started working at Sew Over It, and now I can't be without it.
I don't know. Yeah, was it what?
Maybe it wasn't a thing then.
I don't know if it was a thing. Was it something?
It's quite recent.
Was it Nicole that told us about this?
Maybe. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it. What else have we had?
Maisie. Did you say Maisie?
Maisie. Yes.
Maisie FBA.
That's the other one. Yes, we've done an FBA tutorial for the Maisie dress, because obviously the Maisie's one, it's a raglan sleeve, it's got pleats, it's got a dart. There's a lot going on, and so it's not a standard FBA. But we got Julie in, so Julie drafted the Maisie pattern, so she has all the know-how, and then she's done a tutorial for an FBA on that as well.
Amazing. I'm going to ask you probably what some people, if they don't know about Stitch School, what is a masterclass?
Oh, so masterclass, good point. A masterclass is like a big, chunky, meaty class. They're usually sort of up to an hour long, lots of different lessons. You're walked through from the very beginning to a finished product, along with, sort of fitting, downloadable guides, lots of little extras about a certain topic or a certain garment. So we have masterclasses on trousers that include a lot of fitting. We've got shirts that will talk you through collars, plackets,
like the whole thing, exactly.
That's it.
And some of them have patterns if they're about a pattern, but if they're
Yeah.
pattern drafting, then obviously it's showing you the whole process of creating that pattern.
That's it, yeah. And then we have workshops, which are sort of slightly smaller, more like a really in-depth sew along, that come with a PDF pattern.
That's a good explanation,
so it's sort of like if you want just a little bit of hand holding, or if you just quite like to have someone there whilst you're sewing.
Yeah,
it's
if you
quite
like
nice
learning
having-
like that.
Yeah,
I think
learn
people
as you
like
go.
learning in different ways. Nice when you've just got them there and you can quickly pause and go at your speed, and whereas and then tutorials.
And then tutorials, so they're just little techniques videos. So like I said about the iron on seam tape, or if you want to know how to put in a certain type of zip, usually just a couple of minutes, give you a quick refresher if you already know how to do something, or it will teach you it from the start if you're new.
And there's loads of those little mini tutorials on there. And just to clarify, so the mini tutorials is there's, I don't know how many of them are there, about 60?
Yes, at
Around
least.
that, at least or more.
Oh, do you know what? I did a count.
Yeah.
There's 93 at the moment.
93 tutorials?
Yeah. It's loads.
So that's what you get in the £5 membership in the standard, and then the premium you get that and the workshops and the masterclass, and of course all the patterns that come with those classes. So anyway. Okay, so that's what's new in Stitch School. Moving on. Need to lie down. We've done a lot in July. August, so of course we'll have another new pattern. I'm not going to tell you what it is because obviously it's a surprise, but I am going to say it's another easy make. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And those of you that are in the VIP club will of course find out about it sooner. And again, we probably should talk about the VIP club in that I always think, because people I think assume that you have to start at the start of the year, but
it's still worth it if you start now.
Yeah.
So basically, if you join up to the VIP club, which is £10, you get a free pattern when you join, and all of our patterns are over £10. Our dressmaking patterns.
They start at 11, don't they?
Even for that, it's worth it.
Yeah.
And then you get a sneak peek. You get the each month's pattern a month early, and you also get 10% off.
A week early.
A week early.
Yeah.
A month early, we can't do that.
Oh gosh, something's just fallen off. This happens all the time, guys. We have at the end of this cutting table jars of buttons and stuff, and occasionally fabric knocks everything off. Yes, so and then you also get 2 sales.
Yes, you get special sales.
2 special sales, and you also get to be in the VIP Facebook group, which is really
or
nice.
when you get to know when our normal sales are happening a bit ahead of time, so you can scope out what you want.
Yeah, so it's good. Okay, and then so Stitch School, going back to Stitch School, so obviously we've got our new pattern in August. I should also say as well, guys, that before we go on to Stitch School, that so Rosie's Stitch School Queen and I'm Fabric Queen, and I look after all the fabric buying and stuff, and at the moment we are really kind of keeping to our standard thing we've always done, which is new fabric comes on every week. Every week there will always be new fabric, and sometimes there'll be loads, well, as in loads. It could be like we had a bumper week where we had like 12 or 14 fabrics, and other weeks it will be 4 new things. But make sure you're on the mailing list, because that's how you'll find out about those before anyone else. And we're actually being a bit stricter with that now. So it's on the mailing list first, and then on social media. And by the time it's on social media, it might have sold out some of them. So get on the mailing list. We should probably put a link to it, shouldn't we? We should probably link to lots of things that we're talking about.
True.
Yeah, we'll put that in the description below. So Stitch School, what have we got coming up?
So we will have We'll obviously have a new tutorial for the Secret August pattern. But the main sort of 2 things that we're starting up is we're going to do a whole series about fabrics.
So good that we have wanted to do this for so long, but I think we've been overwhelmed by the enormity of it.
I think so. Yeah.
But I know that a lot of you have wanted that, just to have someone say all the stuff about fabric, what fabrics are good for, or the different types of fabrics.
And we've got the queen of geeky sewing details, Becca, is presenting these ones. So she's got loads of great facts, loads of stuff I didn't know about fabrics. But like Lisa said, all the best patterns that work with particular fabrics, what's good about it, does it press well, does it not, what to avoid for certain things. So there's loads of information, and we're going to be bringing those out over the next couple of months, hopefully one for almost every different type of fabric.
Ooh. Well, I'm sure if we miss anything, we'll probably then add
we'll just add it on the end. Yeah, exactly. And then we're also going to bring back Fitting Friday, which you might remember we did with Julie. It must be a few months ago now.
Yeah. On Instagram, didn't we?
Yes.
On IGTV. So there's some on our Instagram, but you can see. But we're going to be putting these on Stitch School.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be answering your fitting queries with Julie, but also with other members of the Sew Over It team as well, because we've all got lots of experience in fitting lots of different bodies and doing lots and lots of sewing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's brilliant. So I think there's so much knowledge in fitting, and I think most dressmakers will say that's the hardest part.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's great that we can do that, and obviously there is just a never-ending list of fitting queries that we can answer. But yeah. We want to try, and we've been talking about this, or I've been talking about this on sew-alongs, but I want to try and do some live Stitch School events, and we're going to try and do something in the works for that. Yeah. So watch this space, Stitch School people. And then I should probably mention, and I feel like I've just reminded, we have been mentioned put up for the Sewing Awards.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And so we have been put forward in the workshop category, but it's actually for not the physical workshops. It just been confirmed this morning. It's for our sew-alongs. So basically, you can vote for us in that category for us to win the award for those, which I think I'm very proud of our sew-alongs because they are pretty unique.
That's it. And I think when I saw that, it was really lovely recognition of all because we used to do a sort of, what was it, a sew-along almost every day in some of the lockdowns.
In the lockdowns, it was a lot. It was, and it became kind of a bit of a cult thing that Sew Over It does in a way. I often, and it's obviously wasn't sustainable to keep going at that rate, but we're still doing them now, and we love doing them. So and we're glad that you guys still love watching them. So and we're also nominated in the blog category, I think, as well.
That's right.
We'll put links to it though below so you guys can vote if you want to. Anyway, that I think is it for this month. I think that went well. It's quite nice, wasn't it? Yeah. And it certainly makes me feel really proud of what we've done, and keeps us striving to do the same next month. So, and hopefully you guys feel that there's now going to be one place where we'll just round up what's happened. But obviously for releases and finding out as they're happening, do make sure you're on the mailing list, because then you'll find out about them when you should be finding out about them. And pop things in, let us know what you think of this. If there's anything you're like, oh guys, it'd be really nice if you kind of talk a bit about that. I mean, this isn't going to be like a Q&A answering sewing questions type video, it's more about what's going on. But yeah, we do look at the comments, so if you've got any kind of ideas of other things you want us to chat about,
let us know.
Fab. Okay, thanks for watching guys, we will see you next month. Bye.